your buddy is, make sure you got their name, their phone number, and their email address. Okay? The only way that this thing is really going to work is that if you stay in touch with them once a week. Now, I know people struggle with follow-through. How many people struggle with follow-through? Right? A lot of people struggle with follow-through. So what were some suggestions of how you would follow through with calling your buddy, emailing them at least once a week?
Put it on your phone as a reminder.
Put it on your phone as a reminder. What else?
Schedule it.
What? Yeah, schedule it. Absolutely. What else? Yeah, probably just ask them what a good time for them is. Morning, afternoon, evening. What would be a good time to connect? And do it every week. Do it every week. Okay? Form those strategic alliances. We have a video. We have a video for you right now that's pretty cool. And I think you'll recognize who's in the video. So take a look, sit back and enjoy.
Dr. Switzer?
Yes, come in, I'm just...
Turn up the volume.
I'm Catherine Bigman. Janet Carlisle referred me.
Oh, yes. You're very delightful.
Yes, yes, that's me. Should I lay down?
Oh, no, we don't do that anymore. Just have tea. And let me tell you a bit about our billing. I charge $5 for the first 5 minutes. And then absolutely nothing after that. How does that sound?
That sounds great. Too good to be true, as a matter of fact.
Well, I can almost guarantee you that our session won't last for 5 minutes. Now, we don't do any insurance billing, so you would either have to pay in cash or by check.
Wow, okay.
And I don't make change.
All right.
Go.
Go.
Well, tell me about the problem that you wish to address.
Oh, okay. Well, I have this fear of being buried alive in a box. I start thinking about being buried alive and I begin to panic.
Has anyone ever tried to bury you alive in a box?
No, but truly thinking about it does make my life horrible. I mean, I can't go through tunnels or be in an elevator or in a house, anything boxy.
So what you're saying is you're claustrophobic.
Yes, that's it.
All right, well, let's go, Catherine. I'm going to say 2 words to you right now. I want you to listen to them very, very carefully. Then I want you to take them out of the office with you and incorporate them into your life.
Shall I write them down?
Well, if it makes you comfortable, it's just 2 words. We find most people can remember them.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, here there.
Stop it! Sorry? Stop it! Stop it?
Yes, S-T-O-P, new word, I-T.
So, what are you saying?
You know, it's funny. I say 2 simple words, and I cannot tell you the amount of people who say exactly the same thing you're saying. I mean, this is not Yiddish, Catherine. This is it. Stop it.
So, I should just stop it.
There you go. I mean, you don't want to go through life being scared of being buried alive in a box, do you? I mean, that sounds frightening. Then stop it.
I can't. I mean, it's been with me since childhood.
No, we don't go there. Just stop.
So I should just stop being afraid of being buried alive in a box.
You got it. Good go. Well, it's only been 3 minutes, so that will be $3.
Actually, I only have a 5, so
No, I don't make change.
then I guess I'll take the full 5 minutes.
Fine. All right. Well, what other problems would you like to address?
Whew. I'm bulimic. I I stick my fingers down my throat.
Stop it! Not of some kind? Don't do that.
But I'm compelled to. My mom used to call me fat.
No, we don't go there.
But I've been having this dream.
No, we don't go there either.
But my horoscope did say.
We definitely don't go there. Just stop it. What else?
Well, I have self-destructive relationships with men.
Stop it! You want to be with a man, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, then stop it. Don't be such a big baby.
I wash my hands a lot.
That's all right. I wash my hands all the time. There's a lot of germs on them. Yeah, don't worry about that.
I'm afraid to drive.
Well, stop it! How are you going to get around? Get in the car and drive, you kook. Stop it!
Stop it! You stop it!
What's the problem, Kathy?
I don't like this. I don't like this therapy at all. You're just telling me to stop it.
And you don't like it?
No, I don't.
So you think we're moving too fast, is that it?
Yes. Yes, I do.
All right, then let me give you 10 words that I think will clear everything up for you. You want to get a pad and a pencil for this one?
Right.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here are the 10 words. Stop it or I'll bury you alive in a box!
Surprising how simple that is, huh? How hard it is and how much we resist that. Stop it! Right? Stop it! Stop procrastinating. So it's easier said than done, but hey, stop it! Was that good? Did you like that? What were some of the things you pulled out of that? I mean, we're all laughing at it, but what's the truth behind that? What's the
She couldn't accept what he was saying.
Right.
She thought it had to be like way more complicated.
Right.
And she just wouldn't let go of her way of looking at it.
Right. Yeah, he gave her the answer in what, 1 minute? And then it was 3 minutes where she had her over and over again. Wow. Excellent. Anything else? Any other perceptions?
She wanted it to be more complicated.
She wanted it to be more complicated. That's an interesting observation. How often are we actually presented with the answer or the solution to our biggest challenge? Right? You wrote it down with your buddy, right? We're thinking the solution's got to be real complicated. Are we more comfortable with that? How many people are more comfortable with a complicated solution because it sounds better? Right? When the answer might be simple. Right?
Why would somebody want it more complicated?
That's a good question. Why would somebody want it more complicated? Yes, Lumi.
Because if you charge money, if you charge a commission, or if you charge money per hour, if it's more complicated, it feels like it's worth more.
Interesting.
From a sales perspective,
Absolutely.
So what you're saying is that it may be worth it if we have a simple solution to somebody's problem, is to really ratchet it up and make it very complicated so they feel good? Or do we just share the simple truth because that's all they need?
but I,
When you do it for commissions, it's a funny thing that when you do it for commissions, they my broker used to always tell me you make it look too easy, so that's why they begrudge you your commission. Because I've been doing it so long, I can do it and make it look so easy, and then also used to charge somebody $100,000 commission, and it's, well, why am I paying you so much? You didn't put no time into it or whatever. And
John?
Yeah, so making it more complicated justifies the excuse of us not being able to complete or do the task.
Interesting. How many people would agree with that? Yeah. Interesting observation. Any other observations?
well, I'm backing up on what John said. if we've done something for a long time and
Right.
finding out that the answer is so easy, you don't want to stop it. It's like, I've done this for 20 years. What do you mean it was so easy? I could have stopped doing this for 20 years. I don't want to be wrong. Like if I stop it doing now and do it, it means I've been wrong for 20 years.
Interesting. That's interesting. Wow.
It
Good answer.
requires letting go of a lot of mental, construction that you built up around this. You convinced yourself of this, and it's hard to let it go.
Right. Interesting. Good stuff to start off with. So, what's your biggest challenge? We're trying to change the way we think. Is that a fair statement? Change the way we think about solutions. We're going to get into our next segment, which is wins and biggest challenges, and then invite Luminita to come up and share with us. So give it up for Luminita. Now, Luminita, we've talked on the phone,
Yes.
right? How many of these mastermind live sessions have you been to?
0.
0. So this is your first one.
Yes.
Okay. But you're sharing. You're one of the speakers that are up here, like this. Are you comfortable with that?
Well, I don't grow unless I'm uncomfortable. So.
Right. You don't grow unless you're uncomfortable. That's something that's a little different of what we do. Is that somebody can be brand new and speaking up here for the first time. Why? Why do you think that is?
Well, I have experience in my field.
Okay.
I'm a speaker in other
Right.
groups, other mastermind groups.
Yes.
So I'm okay.
Excellent.
I can do it.
See? All it takes is getting out of your comfort zone so you grow. Give it up for Luminita.
So, what's the biggest challenge? When it's actually a very good. Can I?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I was thinking of some of the big wins I've had this week to share with you, and I wanted also to see if anybody wants to share some of the biggest wins that they have this week, to see how simple it is to build on the wins in your life. Does anyone want to share any wins that they have this week?
Sure, I'll share one. So just coming here today was a huge win. So we had scheduled to come here, Nancy and I, about 3 months ago. And the morning we were supposed to leave, yesterday morning, we had some really major problems come up, in our business. And our first knee-jerk reaction was, holy crap, we can't go anywhere. We got to be here. We got shit we got to solve. But as you see, we're sitting here.
Thank you. So your challenge was the business requested your presence or whatever was there, and the win was you decided
No,
to.
I think our win was, big win was sort of having our intention not be sidetracked by some immediate circumstance, no matter how seemingly big and important it was at the moment.
How'd you do that?
Great question. I think for me, I relied on my past experience of, understanding that if I wavered in this, then I would lose something. And so, maybe this was a big moment, but I had enough small moments in my life to see the dynamic working that I recognized it. Nancy might have something else to say.
Nancy?
Oh, I wasn't. I'm not as advanced as Alan is. So I wavered and I was not coming. I told him very clearly I was not coming. I was staying because we were in a moment of crisis. And so it took, I had to go through the motions at the office and come to the realization that it was going to be what it was going to be, and I couldn't do anything about it. So stick to the path.
And how did you move from that?
Well, I mean, physically I went to the office and we addressed the situation, and it wasn't going to change. So what good was it to stay? I wasn't going to make a difference.
Thank you, Nancy. Anybody else? Yes, Mark.
So, last night at Edward's party, I think there were like over 40 people there. And I'm not comfortable in social situations. And to see all those people gather and to see them share was amazing. And then to have Dawn, who connected through me to Dave Libby, share the secret of what every woman is looking for from a man. I mean, it's just, and it's one word, and I would have, with a wife of 31 years and 4 daughters, I mean, that was so, it was so awakening. I mean, it was amazing at what it did to really help me to see things in a totally different way.
I'm curious, what was the word?
Oh, yeah, good. You gotta be at the party, otherwise, if you don't show up at the party, you don't get the one word. Or find somebody weak, at the party that would go ahead and break the vow of not sharing it, they might be, you might be able to get it from one of the weaker ones.
Okay, we'll get off of it. Even though we have only strong people in this room, we know. So, any other wins or big challenges that you've overcome this week? I'll share. So, recently I've been making a big deal of my life to look at the wins every day, because nothing is enough, no matter what I do. And I think a lot of us are in that place. We've come forward in life because we want more. And the reason why we want more, it could be our families, it could be, whatever it could be. The why is very important, why what we do. But a lot of times we are so hung up on moving forward. So when we achieve something, when we get a win, we don't really acknowledge it. We don't celebrate it. We move forward to what's next. I mean, to give you an example, I buy a lot of houses. So I buy at least one a year, and I moved in some of them. So, and it's so interesting. I bought a beautiful condo in West Loop, which is one of the hottest neighborhoods in the country at this moment. I'm like 3 blocks away from Google building. And it was a big realization, and I was happy, excited. The day I closed, I mean, I'm not kidding. I closed, I signed, I stand up from the closing, I go into the car, and I'm like, what's next? So I didn't even celebrate it. And this was a big win. I mean, I walked in with 80,000 equity in the property, and still was not a big win. It was, what's next? What's my next? So that's when I really stopped. Like, I realized that for me it was, nothing will be ever enough. So I have to kind of analyze my life. So that was a big challenge for me. And now, what I do every night, I try to see what was my big win today. What I've accomplished today that I can add it to my accomplishments. And last night, interestingly enough, in this building I'm telling you about, it's 100 units. It's the only secure building in the West Loop, meaning it has gated building. I was actually chosen to be on the board. Now, 6 years ago, I did not see myself living in that neighborhood. It's an expensive neighborhood. You have to make a lot of money. I'm an immigrant. I came with, $200 in this country. I was not belonging in that neighborhood. And now, last night, I had 30 people, all attorneys, all, I think half of them were attorneys with their own companies that own their law firms. The other half were business owners. Again, in this neighborhood, everybody has to make over 6 figures to live there, and they have, great equity, great companies. And they're looking up to me to lead them, to lead the business, because I had more experience than them in real estate, and I knew how to deal with management. It was great. Those 30 people who were present, actually, because out of 130 were present, they knew my name. I mean, I was like, wow, that's great. I've lived in this building for 5 years. I've rented in that building for a while. And nobody knew my name. I mean, 10 people maybe, because, they were my neighbors, direct neighbors, and we got to know each other in 5 years. And out of a sudden, boom, they know who I am, they chose me, and I'm not, it's not just about not belonging in this neighborhood. Now I own a property, and I'm on their board. So I thought, wow, that's an accomplishment. So I said, okay, what are what's really my challenge? And it's interesting enough because I was talking to my partner also today about challenges and wins. And I was sharing to her that, I'm not sure what else I want, because I want so much. But I'm not crystal clear. But one thing that it became crystal clear to me last night is what I don't want. So it was really interesting to start from that way, because what you want is up here, right? Like I said, it's never enough anyway, right? We bought a house, we want another one. We bought a car, you want the next model or whatever, the newer one, 6 months later. But now, it's not about that, it's what do I have to stop doing? And it's so fitting, the video with the stop it. And I mean, if I'm reading you what I wrote on that paper, I said, I'll stop doing this. So it was so funny looking at the video, so appropriate, because that's what I said. Stop meeting with these people. And other win is, I've been trying to fix people. I've been trying to help people, making them happy, my families, my teams, my children, my mom, always trying to do it better, right, to help them. And finally I got it. You can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped. You can't do anything for somebody that doesn't want to accept it. You have, the only people you can help is who wants to be helped. You guys are here because you want to go farther, you want advice, you want to talk to somebody else, you want to hear a new, we, not just you, we are here because we want to hear something else, right? We want to grow. So those are the people that have to hang on with, not the ones that don't want it. So I made a list actually. 1 o'clock last night, I couldn't sleep. I was making a list of who I'm meeting in my life and who I'm going to just stop not talking to. I'm not removing them from my life, but not continuously following up with. So is anything, it's what I'm saying helping you?
Yes.
Okay, so do you see any benefit? Do you see anything that maybe matches your life that you can use in your life? So those are my wins, and other win is my 2 beautiful children. That even though they are not perfect, I mean I think both of them have a B. I think I can deal with that. Really, I can deal with that. I mean, but they're both leaders. They're both smart and funny, and so if I go over that moment when they shut the door in my face, well, not in my face, but if they had to be, really, I have 2 great kids. I have a great business, I have great clients, and talking about what's easy and what's not easy, I also teach real estate seminars, and my real estate seminars are really easy. And I'm all kind of investment groups and websites, and a lot of things seem so complicated. It's so easy. Find a house, buy it, done. You keep talking about, all this creative financing, and you want to make it so complicated when the interest rates are 4%. I mean, it's so easy. Just get a partner, get a 20%, get a 4%, 30-year fixed mortgage. It's so easy. But again, even the investors that I talk to, a lot of them, they don't own any property, but they want to make it complicated. So I think life is really about make it easy, stop doing what it doesn't work for us, what it doesn't make us happy, what it doesn't help us further our dreams. Looking at our challenges, I wrote on my challenges, I used to write time management, that's how I met Mark. Now I write self-management because it's really how I manage myself, not my time, with other people, with my commitments. But before that, I wanted to write financial freedom because I felt like a lot of people do what they do and run after what they run because they want financial freedom. And I think they're both linked together. Because if we get what we want, at least we're comfortable where we are, we can really go after the dreams. If you worry about, how I'm going to pay the bills next month, it's a little complicated, a little harder to go after your dreams, to provide what you want for your family. And I feel like both are easy to accomplish. If we are willing to accept that it's easy, if we're willing to give up, if we're willing to look at our wins and be happy with where we are and not, keep chasing the next one.
Excellent. Good job. You did great. Didn't she do great? That's wonderful. That's great.